And we are live. Welcome to another session of Building the Bull. This session is brought to you by the Skylabs and Vetter ecosystem. Tell you what, a lot of things to celebrate today, and we're actually going to be talking about something super important today. I mean, we've talked about this a lot over the last handful of months, and that's that concept and idea of betting versus gambling and stacking probabilities, and why this is so critically and crucially important, especially if you want to be a participant in the crypto pre-sale space. But before we get into that, I do want to give a shout out and a celebration, a call out, shout out, and shout out to our community, but also to VetterGuard or Remain Strong, phenomenal scout who's increasing the ranks in our community. But over last week, we actually had a thread going on in Discord. If you're not part of our Discord community, I definitely invite you to go check that out. You can find the description in the link of this video. But there was a project there called Red Floki CEO, and there was a lot of hype and excitement, a lot of talk happening about this project, and a lot of people were sharing their thoughts and insights in Discord, and that is one of the benefits and reasons to be a part of Discord. And if you actually are watching on Discord right now, we are live on YouTube if you want to see a visual representation, and also if you're live on YouTube and you want to be a part of the conversation, you can hop over in Discord and do both. But like I said, this conversation was going on for a couple days, and just people sharing their thoughts and insights into this project, Red Floki CEO. Some of the background information about the team, why people were liking it, what were the upsides, what were the downsides, and things like that. That, my friends, is one of the benefits of crowdsourcing. Okay, the Vetter ecosystem was built on this idea and concept of crowdsourcing. That's people working together for the common good. Everybody bringing a little bit to the table, and the whole community winning as a result of that is absolutely powerful, because it puts you in a position to not be in a position to do all the work yourself. All the research, all the backtesting, all the digging, all the AMAs, all the questions, all that stuff. Literally, as a community, we can work together looking at all these different pieces and putting it all together, and then everybody as a result wins. It's a phenomenal concept, phenomenal process. Like I said, the entire ecosystem was built on this. So literally, all these messages are about this one project, and then talking about the results of said project. So how did the project do? Let's just go ahead and take a look at that. So we ended up having an all-time high of a 3x. Now you're familiar with all-time high, ATH, all-time high. That's what all projects brag and boast about. This project had an all-time high of a 3x. Pretty good, pretty good. We have a VAL, which stands for Vetter Audited Highest Low. And that's one of the things that we created in our ecosystem. See, one of the things we know about an all-time high is we don't know how long it lasted. These are 15-minute candles here. Okay, you can see it was there and then it dropped. Was it there for a 3x for how long? A minute? 5 seconds? 10 minutes? We can see it was there for not very long at all. This is a 15-minute candle. Look how long that wick is. So we created something called the VAL, Vetter Audited Highest Low. We audit all the projects that are on the CrowdX Calendar, and we verify the gains. We verify the authenticity of the project, and we verify the gains, and we come up with this number, and this is basically indicating that you had adequate time to swap out of your position. So if you participate in this pre-sale, within the first 24 hours, you could have swapped out between a 2.7x and a 3x. You had an hour to do so. Okay, an hour to do so. Now, obviously, this peak right here is around the 1 hour, or the 2x mark. Okay, and this right here is a 3x mark. And you can see there was a wick there as well. Once that clicked over, people started selling. Okay, and so shout out to all of you if you have participated in this project and you got some gains. Congratulations, very well done. And shout out to Remain Strong. Again, up-and-coming scout, doing a phenomenal job. And this was their first time stepping into the meme coin space. All right? So, I mean, she knocked it out of the park with this project. And so we're going to go ahead and look at this project from the perspective of betting versus gambling and stacking probabilities. But before we do that, if you got in this project, go ahead and type it in the chat on YouTube. If you participate in this project, go ahead and type it in chat. And also, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and drop a hi, hello, letting everybody know where in the world you're watching from. But we're going to go ahead and go to the DApp here. I want to pull this up. And so this is our Vetter board. And so I do want to encourage you, if you did participate in this project, go ahead and go to and add a tip or a gain to this project. Okay, and this is the Vetter board. This indicates these are the gains that different community members have received by participating in these projects. And so when you go over to the project, Red Floki CEO, you have the opportunity to leave a gain, which indicates, hey, I got this gain on this project. Okay, so right here you could say gain or tip. Okay, this is the gain. Let's say you got a 3x, okay, but you got a 2x, whatever the case. And then you want to leave a tip. You want to leave a tip, 1,000, 10,000, whatever, or no tip. It's okay. It doesn't matter. And then you just click that, and you just click that, and everything goes, and now those gains are recorded on the dashboard. And that's just another form of marketing. It's another form of social proof, letting everybody know, hey, I participated in this project. It's pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome deal. All right? So let's go ahead and dive in, and let's just dissect Red Floki CEO. Okay? We're going to be talking about betting versus gambling and stacking probabilities. Now, if you've heard me talk about these before, this is going to be a great reminder of why this is so important and the significance of what we're going to be talking about here. Okay? Betting versus gambling and stacking probabilities. All right, we got Luis with us. We have Abdul Kabir here with us. Welcome, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. So this is a chart for Red Floki CEO. Now let's go over some background information on this project. All right. So we can just look at the stats real quick here, and we can see, okay, they launched down here. Here is the 2x mark. All right, and as soon as it crossed over the 2x, okay, a little bit higher than that, we had some people selling off. All right, so 5% above 2x, people started selling off. And I would even say down here, we got what? First dip was at 35%. We got 50%, 60%. Okay, these are take profit levels. All right, sometimes projects don't make it past 30%, 50%, 60%. Sometimes they don't make it past this dip. This dip is so significant that it kind of kills off the project. There was a lot of hype and momentum leading into this project. It was amazing. I mean, there's always a lot of hype in projects. People talking about, oh, hold, and, don't cheat, and all these different things, okay? But, like, this project pulled it off, okay? They pulled it off. Now, I don't want to say that this is, like, a miracle or anything like that. I'm just simply saying that a lot of these projects use the same lingo, but this one actually delivered on the hype and the momentum that they created. All right, but like I said, after the 2x, some dips started happening, and then as soon as we clocked over to the 3x, boom, there's a massive sell-off, and now we're climbing back. It's absolutely phenomenal watching this project, and I was impressed. I was impressed to see this. When you spend a lot of time in Telegram groups, you see the same stuff over and over again. Hey, this is awesome. This is gonna be the best project in BSC. We're gonna break records. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. You see the same stuff over and over again, and so I don't want to say that you could become jaded. I will just simply say that it just looks like the same talk over and over again. Hey, welcome, Ricky. Hope you're doing well, brother. And so that's what I saw with this project. Now, the thing is, their Telegram was growing rapidly. A lot of hype and momentum was being created. And so what did it look like? What kind of project was this? Was this a fair launch? Was this a pre-sale? This was a pre-sale, but a fair launch. Okay, a fair launch pre-sale. What do I mean by that? Not a fair launch in the traditional sense. It was a fair launch that Pink Cell runs, meaning this is a project that has a soft cap, no hard cap, and they're going to raise funds for 3 days. Okay, 21st to the 24th, 3 whole days. All right, that's how that works. And they ended up raising 2,228 BNB with 2,700 contributors. Okay, so 2,700 people raised 2,200 BNB. It was a big raise. It was really big. It was massive. Okay, now one of the things that they were going to do at launch, they're going to burn 50% of their tokens. That set this project up at around a $1 million market cap. Okay? $1 million market cap. So, getting into betting versus gambling. This whole idea and concept is really simple. Think about it like this. If you said, hey, Ryan, I think that I can do more free throws than you. So think about basketball, shooting free throws. Okay? Do you feel that that is someone who's betting or gambling? Okay? If you approach someone and say, hey, I can do more than you, or if someone approaches you, or I approach you and say, oh, hey, I can do more than you, do you think that's a bet or do you think that's a gamble? Okay, which one do you think it is? A bet or a gamble? The way I look at this, and from my philosophy and belief structure, that is a gamble. Why is that a gamble? Because I don't know what you're capable of. I don't know. I know what I'm capable of. So instead, the betting would be from the perspective of, I bet you that I can make 10 free throws. 10 free throws in a row. Okay? A gamble would be you not knowing the other person's ability. Betting would be you know what the odds are. You know what the probabilities are. You have your evidence, you have done your due diligence, you're stacking probabilities in your favor. That would be betting. Do you see the difference of that? Betting versus gambling. Gambling you have no control over. When people go to a casino, they're gambling. And when people gamble, who wins? The house. The house wins all the time. That's how casinos can make money. That's why they make money. That's why they're still in business, because the house always wins. People who win when they gamble, they are the exception. They are not the rule. They are the exception. They're the one out of thousands or millions or billions. They're the exception. They're not the rule. Gambling is super risky. The house wins. Now, the house may not win today. It may not win tomorrow, but the house will eventually win. So one of the things I've tried to do with these live sessions is support everyone in understanding the difference between betting and gambling, and understand that when you stack probabilities in your favor, that is betting. Okay? Betting means you have the intention on winning. There's actually an element of control to it. You've done your due diligence. So, for example, when scouts, if we were just to go here to the launch pads and just go to Pink Cell and look at the project's launch and just grab one and scouted it, that would be gambling. We just grabbed one. We're just hoping for the best, crossing our fingers, hoping that it works out for us. Okay, that's gambling. Betting would be, we would look at the project, we would go look at the website, we would start doing our due diligence, doing our research, and we would look into this and see if it checks our boxes. That would be betting. Maybe it's a docs team, maybe it's an established project, all these different things. That's stacking probabilities in your favor. So what are we talking about here? With this particular project, Red Floki CEO, okay, there were some things that I was personally a little unsure of. And again, congratulations to all of you who, if you participated, if you got profits on that, congratulations. Congratulations to Luis. Okay, so the metrics that I'm looking at from the probabilities that I have, here we are. Here's a project that's launching on Pink Cell. Okay, here's a project that's a fair launch. And if you've been plugging in, you know that these are things that are worth considering. Okay, you know that we've collected data over the last year on these specific variables. Okay, we know that this has an impact. You know that I've been looking at this particular influencer to see how legitimate he actually is with the projects that he posts. Okay, we also know that large raises increased market cap. Increased market cap means you need more volume to move the needle. What do I mean by that? Think about a rocket ship. Okay, a rocket ship. So we're first sitting at $1 million market cap. In order to get to a 2x, you're going to get to have over $2 million market cap. That's going to take a lot of buys to move the needle. It's going to take a lot of buys to move it up here. Okay, how likely is that going to happen? Okay, stacking probabilities. How likely is that going to happen? That there's going to be enough volume to pump it up? The fact that they raised 2,228 BNB on a pre-sell, where's all the buy pressure going to come from? Okay, where's all the buy pressure going to come from? And the crazy thing is, this team pulled it off. Okay, this team pulled it off. Not only did they have a massive fair launch raise, but they also somehow convinced a ton of volume to come into the market after the project had launched. I'm more amazed about that Because it's like, wait a second, some of these people are suckers. They could have participated in the pre-sale, which is much less risky, but some of these people participated right here, and 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 right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Kind of risky. It's kind of risky. All right? So when I say stacking probabilities, this is what I'm talking about. All right? So we have a fair launch on Pink Cell, a fair launch that raised excessive funds, a meme coin launching at $1 million market cap, a video with this guy who, I'm doing research into him to see if he's legit. I'm collecting the data. Okay? There's a lot of variables I'm starting to say, I don't know. I mean, you look at a lot of projects and you think, okay, well, how is it going to work out? Are they actually going to deliver and do what they say they're going to do? Who's going to show up at launch? That's the biggest question. If they raise this amount of money, let's do this. 2,000 times, let's just call it 310. They raised 690,000, which is not a lot of money. When you think about what we did with Vetter and the different raises we've had with the Vetter ecosystem, $600,000 is not a ton. But for a meme project, launching at a $2 million market cap, or $1 million market cap, that's a lot. All right? So that's the stacking the probabilities. Now, someone could argue the flip side that, well, a low market cap project is just as risky. You're absolutely right. It's all risky. 100% of it. It's all risky. It comes down to your personal risk tolerance, and you get to know and understand the kind of risk that you're entering when you enter into these pre-sales. And just so, by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Okay? Crypto is risky. No way, shape, or form am I telling you to invest. Please do your own research. I'm simply trying to pass along an idea and concept that will protect you when you're in this space, okay? When you're in this space. Hey, welcome Oki, welcome Max, welcome Wanda, welcome Carl. Hope you guys are having a great day today. All right, so back to this idea and concept. Okay? So someone could argue, well, Ryan, it's just as risky to have a low market cap project. You're right, it's all risky. It's all risky. Okay? A low market cap project means that, let's say a project launches at 100,000 market cap. How likely is it for them to 10x or for them to 2x? Okay? How likely is it for them to 2x? They just got to go from 100,000 market cap to 200,000 market cap versus a project going from 1 million to 2 million. Which one is more likely? Okay, and you get to factor in all the other variables. Who is a team? What's the marketing actually look like? Can they deliver? All those different things. And so risk is risk. All right? Risk is risk. So you have this end of the spectrum. So you have over here, high market cap on this side. And then you have low market cap over here. It's all risky. For me, it just comes down to probabilities. Is it much more likely that a project with a $100,000 market cap can go to 200,000? Okay? Is it much more likely that a $100,000 market cap can go to 200,000? Or is it more likely that, $1 million can go to 2 million? Okay? Both are risky. Okay? There's different variables that feed into this. Okay? What made this project less risky, Red Floki, the team had prior success. They had other projects that did extremely well. Okay? That supports them. Okay? That supports the idea. Can they pull it off? Well, they've done other projects that did 500x. Another project did a 5,000x. Okay? Over here, same thing. There's what about the team? What about the community? Is it likely, probable? When you're looking at your take profit, if you're looking to do a 2x or a 3x or a 10x, how likely is it for the project to go from the starting market cap to your target price? That's the thing that you get to consider. What are the things that are against you? What are the things that you're working against? That's the game that you're playing. Okay? One of the things that was helpful with this project, Red Floki, they had a 10% sell tax. That helped. Okay? That potentially helped stop people from selling right away at launch. And for the first handful of minutes, nobody was selling. It was phenomenal. It was amazing to watch. And this chart is super healthy. I mean, this chart looks fantastic. Okay, this chart looks great. I mean, the first 24 hours of this chart is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And, if you were targeting a 3x and you just happen to be awake at 2:45 in the morning Central Standard Time, you got your 3x. And then it fell off. Okay? But that's how this stuff works. All right? This idea of stacking probabilities. How likely is it, okay, based on the research that you're doing, that a project's going to be able to go from, to double its market cap? How much volume is going to be required? Let's take a look at that. I was able to capture the volume. Let me pull up this image here. Let me see. Right here. This is phenomenal. All right, so this is the first 24 hours of Red Floki. All right, so we had a $2.4 million in volume, okay, within the first 24 hours. That's a ton of volume coming through to pump the chart. Okay, it took a ton of volume to move the needle. 2.4 million. All right, there were 4,800 buys, 3,600 sells. It's crazy. People coming in still hyped up, excited. Okay, so I would write notes. I would take notes and enter this into your journal. What happened with this project? Look at the kind of hype they created. Validate the previous gains of the project. Can they duplicate it again? All these different things are worth considering. Okay. Now let me ask you: if you personally participate in this project because you did your due diligence and your research, that, in my opinion, would be betting. Okay? Betting. You've stacked probabilities in your favor. You believe it's going to go in your way. If someone participated in this project simply because someone else did, that would be gambling. That's a gamble, without taking into all the factors that we just talked about. For example, if you didn't know that it was a fair launch, if you didn't know what the starting market cap was going to be, if you didn't know all these other variables, okay, that would be gambling. You may have won today, okay? You may win tomorrow, but at some point, the house is going to win. That's incredibly risky. Okay, incredibly risky to do that. One of the worst things that can happen to people is they gamble and they win. Because then all of a sudden they think that they have a strategy, but really it's just luck. and luck, in my opinion, is not a strategy. Okay? That's what can happen there. All right? So if it's all risky, how do you limit your risk? If there's 10 projects available, okay, and now you're trying to sift and sort, you're using your own personal subjectivity. Oh, I like this, I like that, but I don't like this, I don't like that. And you have one B&B to contribute. And you put one B&B into a single pre-sale. That, in my opinion, is gambling. Because there's projects that are great all the time. There's great projects out there that tank at launch. There's great projects out there that don't hit a 5x or a 10x. Okay? There's crappy projects out there who do phenomenally well. We have zero control over that. But if you have one B&B and you go all in my opinion, that's gambling. Because you have no control over the outcome. What I think would be a better choice is you to bet and say, okay, look, based on these scouts, like Max is asking, who are the best scouts to follow? Or the top 5 scouts to follow? Okay, that's a great question. Okay, because now you can leverage the scouts system and process. It's phenomenal. Okay, it's phenomenal. Okay, but what would be better than one B&B in one project? Because what happens if you put the one B&B in one project? What happens if it 2x's? You doubled your money. You think you're a genius. And you may do it again and again and again. Until one day you lose it all. What happens if the chart only goes up 5%? Okay, you got one B&B. Now you're vested. You either get to make a choice to sell it, potentially at a loss because of gas or taxes. What happens if it doesn't hit your take profit? You're now vested. You get to hold it until it does. What happens if you're down 25%, 50%, 75%? Now you get to make a choice of, do you still hold it or do you swap it out at a loss? But if you did a 0.1 contribution, a point one here, 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 your risk is now spread amongst multiple projects that all have potential. And in case one doesn't go the right way, you're not out your entire equity ball. The one thing that stops people from making money in the space is having the money to spend. If you lose it, it's gone. And you're no longer in the game. Okay? And so I subscribe from that philosophy of proper risk management. And it's not a fancy term, it's not a sexy term, money management, proper risk management, but that's what can support you making a fortune. Because we see all the time that projects that are great have the potential to do really, really well, sometimes don't. And now your funds are locked in because you were gambling instead of betting. Big difference. Okay? If that makes sense, go ahead and hit the like button and give me a thumbs up here in chat if what I'm saying makes sense and is crystal clear and is a concept that you understand and is helpful, has been helpful for you if you've been utilizing it, or is currently helpful, that it's provided some good insights for you, where you're at in the space right now. But yeah, just let me know if that makes sense and if that's supportive and helpful. Okay. Another way to limit your risk is looking for specific projects. Meaning you only get in projects that have this, and this. They only have certain things, only, exclusively, nothing else. That's a way to limit your risk. That's your process. That is your plan. We've talked a lot about this before, the idea of a volume of launches, paper trading. That means that you're participating in these pre-sales without utilizing money, and you're learning. You're looking for your checklist. You're looking for these things, and you stick to it. You stick to your game plan. Okay? Those things are super important, and that puts you in a position to continue to play the game. Because the moment, like I said, the moment that your funds are tied up, you can no longer play. The moment that your funds are gone and depleted, you can no longer play the game. And so these ideas and concepts keep you in the game until you do find some of those that actually just blow your mind. Okay, absolutely blow your mind. We've talked about projects on here, 5x, 10x. We've talked about projects 20x, 100x, 500x. Those moonshots are here. But the only way you can take advantage of those moonshots is if you're in the game and you have the resources, and I mean financially but also mentally, to participate and play the game. Okay? Super important that you have that understanding and have that mindset down. Okay? So ultimately what I'm saying is, if you gamble, the house is eventually going to win. Okay? And you may win today, you may win tomorrow, but gambling, the house always wins. And when you win when you're gambling, that is the exception, not the rule. Don't be an exception hunter. Don't say, well, hey, Ryan, it worked this time. You're right. I'm not debating that. Congratulations, it worked this time. If you just happen to get in a project because someone else was, and you FOMO'd in, or peer pressured in, or felt left out, and you made money, congratulations. You are part of the exception group. Take it as you didn't have to pay for that lesson, and listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Congratulations, you didn't get hit with the exception bat. Like, that's great. Okay, like, that's great, but just trust that it will eventually come around and bite you in the butt. All right, it will eventually bite you in the butt. So take that for what it is. And so one other thing I do want to say, before we move into the next, what we're going to talk about next today, is you saw the thumbnail for today's video that said the end is near. And last week there's another sign, and this coming Thursday is going to be the last live YouTube session. Okay? And I've been teaching and training and pouring out ideas and concepts for the last year, and Some of you have continued to plug in and contribute and got a massive value, have taken action, and it's made a drastic difference in your pre-sales, but also as a scout. So one, congratulations. Some of you have consistently plugged in and provided value and comments and interaction, and thank you for that. That helps the ecosystem. One of the things about our community, they've definitely underestimated the power of these sessions and didn't plug in and kind of took advantage of those. And, like I said last week, the window's closing. Window of opportunity is closing. Today, the end is near. And the end is going to be Thursday. Thursday will be the last live YouTube. We've done, been doing this for over a year, over 130 live sessions. We're talking close to 150 plus hours. Looked at, 50, 60 projects maybe. It's been a wild, amazing ride. And I know a lot of you have taken what we've taught and you've applied it and you've gotten massive results. And, other people may be in the boat of like, well, hey, I'm just going to, I'll eventually get around to it. I'll get around to it. And, maybe you did and maybe you didn't. It's okay. No judgment. But the end is near. We're entering a new phase in their ecosystem. Some amazing things have been developed and are currently being developed in our ecosystem that's going to absolutely blow the roof off what we're doing. And if you apply what we've been teaching over the last year, you're going to get massive results. So congratulations and kudos to you for plugging in, for being here, but also thank you for plugging in and being here. I will say that those of you who have consistently plugged in and tuned in and contributed and dropped likes and dropped engagement and dropped comments, thank you. You have helped this video and these other videos reach more people. I truly appreciate that. And with that, one of the things I've always wanted to do is, take care of people who support the ecosystem. So, I do invite you to shoot me a message on Twitter, or not Twitter, on Telegram or on Discord. Shoot me a message. And, just shoot me a message saying, hey, what's next? Okay, so there's going to be, there's a potential opportunity for those of you who've plugged in to be rewarded for your contribution and plugging in on what's coming out. And there's some pretty cool stuff coming out right now. And so if you want the details on that, go ahead. And like I said, shoot me a message on Telegram. My Telegram is at Ryan Celestine. Put it in chat right now so you can see that. Shoot me a message in Telegram, shoot me a message in Discord, just asking, hey, what's next? And that way, when I get the information, you'll be one of the first people to hear about it. Some super cool stuff. Really excited about it. I can't talk about it, obviously, but some things that are really just some huge, huge things coming that are going to really expand the ecosystem and really just taking things to another level. Super, super excited about that. Super excited. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a project today. Let me go ahead and move this over. Move it over, and let me go ahead and pull this up. And so this project was actually brought to us by Only Winners. And Aaron, he does a great job. And I love his name, Only Winners. That's a super cool name. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this project today. And before we get into it, I do want to say that this is a process to sort for the best projects together as a community. And this live session is merely a step in that process. Crypto is risky. No way, shape, or form am I telling you to invest. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. The whole process of this is I'm just going to share my thought process while looking into projects. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. It's all 100% subjective. And the purpose of this is to support you in what to look for as you are scouting your own projects. So with that, let's get into it. This is, I don't know if that's Days, D-A-I-S, Days. I think that could be Days. Let's go ahead and take a look at Days. Let me just close these other things out here. All right, Days. All right, so it looks like they are raising funds on their website. Okay, so this says it's loading, so we'll wait for this to load. See if it can come up here while we're waiting patiently. All right, so there we go. So beta pre-sale. Okay, next stage is 0.001. Right now it's 0.0005. Tokens sold. We got 224 million. USD raised. So far they've raised 112,000. All right, 112,000. And they're also giving out a promo code. Okay, to get you a 20% bonus. All right, so come on the website. The first thing we see is a little demo of an insight into what this project could potentially be. At the same time, the option to contribute to the pre-sale. All right. So while we're here, we're just going to take a look at who is. And in doing this, we're just trying to see how long the project could have been in development. This is not a one-all be-all, but this kind of gives us an idea and insight. Okay. So this domain name was created in February 10th, 2023. Okay. February 10th, 2023. Let's go back to the website. Web3's first sustainable AI-powered NFT fashion platform. The Web3 platform that merges cutting-edge blockchain technology with fashion. Days is a groundbreaking fashion NFT ecosystem that is revolutionizing the way individuals and brands shop for, manage, and wear their fashion NFTs. It provides real-time data curation to create the perfect wardrobe for each user into the metaverse, as well as features such as the ability to instantly create, buy, sell, and trade NFTs. Furthermore, Days is committed to sustainability and conscious living, allowing users to reduce their fashion carbon footprint and contribute to a more sustainable future. All right, so we have access to the white paper right here. 100% secure, so we got audit by SolidProof and KYC by CoinSniper and Assure DeFi. All right, so we do have some articles, and nice, they've linked these articles, so we can, not to do. Well, that's a little bit disappointing. I spoke too soon. Oh, isn't that funny? So the first three are direct links to the articles, and then Digital Journal, Yahoo Finance, and Market Watch. Just go back to the website. So if you look here in the left-hand corner, you can see Days Network, Days Network, Days Network. So that's a little bit disappointing. I'm not sure what happened there. But these other ones work. Here's Medicaid. We talked about this project Phil has talked about this project in Discord a few weeks back. But here's an article on Coin Journal. Let's see what they say here. So we're just reading this article real quick. Days, a new AI-powered fashion NFT platform. Significant attention investment since its launch on April 11th. Raised 100,000. So they've raised 100,000 in the last 14 days, so 2 weeks. Platform offers users the opportunity to earn income by collecting NFTs and try on digital fashion. Digital fashion industry is already worth $500 million, grew by 30% in the last year, estimated to reach $4.8 billion by 2031. The use of NFTs on the platform ensure the scarcity, uniqueness, and value of each digital fashion item, offering collectors and investors an alternative to traditional fashion assets. Additionally, focused on digital fashion reduces the environmental impact. They're also looking to partnership with luxury brands so they can sponsor NFT fashion events. Okay, no vesting. And says almost the entire supply in the hands of the community. So looks like there's some tokens that are not going to be in the hands of the community, ensuring no risk of a rug pull or scam. I mean, things can always happen, I suppose. 50% for 4 pre-sale rounds. So there's going to be 4 pre-sale rounds. And then 50% set aside for the CX exchange, listing, burning, marketing, and debt liquidity. Then it just talks about how to do the tokens and stuff. So let's go back to the website. How to buy with Ethereum, USDT, credit card. Days tokens are digital assets that are cryptographically secured and have unique characteristics that make them one of a kind. Native token of the Days ecosystem, Days is an ERC20 token on the Ethereum network and serves as a utility token of the Days metaverse. Its utility can be used for a variety of purposes, including purchasing NFTs, gaming, collecting, creation of digital art, and governance. Days has a total supply of 20 billion tokens. It's kind of hard to see. So this part I'm a little unsure about. I don't know why they have this here. So as I'm reading, my first thought is like, okay, it's like fashion. Okay, that's what this is showing. Fashion, and so you click on it, and the dude's wearing the stuff. Okay, but then I scroll down here, and it says collect to earn Days fashion NFT. I thought these were the NFTs. I thought like the clothes were the NFTs, but there's these random graphics here that I guess I'm confused. I don't know what this is. Are these NFTs as well? And do you have a benefit of having these NFTs? I don't know. But some of them have a similar vibe. Some of them have a different vibe. So I'm a little unsure about how this works. Okay, play to earn. AI-powered try-on. With Days, you can revolutionize your digital fashion look or augmented reality and artificial intelligence technology. It gives you the ability to create your own custom digital fashion and NFT items, twins, and wear in the metaverse through the use of a live camera or even your favorite photos. Share them on social media, create a unique and one-of-a-kind digital fashion look that stands out. On Days, you can create digital fashion that is truly yours and ready to be worn in the metaverse. AR NFT Design Studio. That'd be augmented reality. With Days, creating is made simple. It gives users the opportunity to express their creativity and create unique digital garments with custom textures, text, and logo packs. At the same time, creators and brands can collaborate with our community, providing textures and artwork to be used in the design studio. We strive to make blockchain technology as accessible and easy to use as possible. Creating, selling, and buying digital fashion and NFTs is an experience that is just as easy as other online shopping. DEX Exchange. Days DEX is an official decentralized exchange that operates on our platform and functions like a bank entity, providing holders with the ability to swap independently, to buy Days tokens directly, and convert their winning rewards to other forms of currency. The DEX is also the foundation upon which our community development efforts are based, integrating the marketplace, games, and other in-game apps to produce a smoother, faster, and stress-free overall experience. Alright, so here's our roadmap here. So we have 4 phases. Q1 of 2023 is I guess we don't know what is complete or not complete here. So that makes it a little bit challenging. We don't know what's complete because they all have the same look here. And when you scroll down, this bar scrolls down with it. So we don't know what has been complete or not. But they do have a roadmap of what they want to create. And we are in Q2, and the pre-sale did start on April 11th. So we're just, we can make the assumption that everything else has been done here. But we get to go back and look at everything. Days team. We have Daniel, Oliver, Lucas, Jimmy. Let's take a look at their LinkedIn. So Daniel has the same picture on LinkedIn as he does on the website. And, oh, whoops. I really like it when they open up in a new tab. So there we go. Oliver has the same picture. Lucas has the same picture. And, why does it matter? It doesn't necessarily matter. Okay, so this dude does not. So that's actually the day's network. That's the company. So for Jimmy, it actually goes to the actual network. So obviously, I'm not digging into the LinkedIn to verify, hey, what's their activity, what they're actually doing, and things like that. I'm just getting a quick look. One thing I noticed, they do have all the same pictures on their LinkedIn. I'm not saying that's a red flag or not, just simply saying that it's worth noting. We're just trying to figure out, are they legit, are they real? And so the only information we have right now is same pictures on different, website and LinkedIn. Is it worth anything? No. Independent of itself, it's not worth much. It's just something to consider. And then we have, powered by. I like that word better. We've talked about this before, the idea and concept of, partners. We've seen other websites use partners. I like this wording better. Powered by. Meaning, they use CoinSniper to do their KYC and Assure DeFi to do their KYC. And they did Solid Proof for their audit. And they're going to be on, that's kind of weird. Trust Wallet, MetaMask Wallet, that's kind of weird. What tokens are not on those wallets? I guess there's a situation, but I thought that if you're on Binance or if you're on Ethereum, you're going to be showing up on these wallets. Anyway, but I like that word, that verbiage better, powered by, than sponsored. Sponsored implies that there's some type of working relationship there. So that's cool. So here's a little form. Launching app. So they do have an app coming. Not sure when. So we have to look into that. All right, so let's go back up and let's check out the white paper. See what we have here. All right, so this is the first time we've seen Homegirl. And so I'm just simply saying that from a continuity perspective. So as we walk through this website, I don't really know what their brand is yet. This is their logo. But the website doesn't necessarily match their logo. Every once in a while you have this gold stuff, and but like for me, visually it's just kind of abstract. I don't know. Things haven't really connected yet. Like there's just a different vibe and feel on every section. And then so when I go to this white paper, I wouldn't know what kind of, what we're looking at. I know, I see this and that's how I know. Okay, so their logo is the only thing that's like consistent. Everything else feels kind of different. Even that transition feels a little different. So we have this purple background, and then we go into this black with the light, blue, dark blue, light green stuff, and then all of a sudden we're into this white paper. This makes a little bit more sense. There's just this flow back and forth, but this transition right here felt really rough. I felt like I was looking at 3 different white papers right here. And again, this is not. These are just my thoughts. Does this mean that this project is good or bad? No, it doesn't mean anything. It just simply means this is what I'm thinking as I'm looking over this. These are the things I'm feeling. This is what's coming up for me. It does have a Solana type feel to it. The color scheme has a Solana feel. I saw Solana there. That's what made me think of that. I know at one point a lot of the Solana projects all had branding like this light color, pink and purple and stuff, that looked just like Solana. So I'm just sifting through the white paper, see if anything stands out. This is a pretty chunky white paper. Wow, close to 50 pages. Nope, 55 pages. 55 pages. Now that's interesting. So on the website, we don't have Brandon. So we don't have Brandon on the website. Oh, did I miss the team about us? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the CEO is not on the website, which that's kind of different. I'm not sure why they would be here. Why he would be on the white paper but not the website. All right, let's take a look at the socials. So they have a couple telegrams. They have official and they have an announcement channel. They do have Telegram. Let's go ahead and take a look at Telegram. They also have a YouTube link. I'm sorry, I said earlier I was saying Twitter instead of Telegram. Now I'm saying Telegram instead of Twitter. Let's take a look at Twitter. So they do have a blue check. You have a blue check. Joined October 2022. So last year. We got 17,000 followers, and their pinned message, which is from April 10th, so 15 days ago, 15,000 views. So pretty solid engagement. But 12 hours ago, 57 views, hardly any engagement. Maybe they're running ads to this post. I don't know. I'm not familiar with how the ads work on Twitter and things like that. But yeah, not a lot of views on Twitter. Not a lot of engagement on Twitter. For the size of their following, not a lot of activity. All right, let's look at YouTube. What? Oh, that's disappointing. All right, so they don't have a YouTube. They do have Instagram. They have Facebook. They have LinkedIn. They have Medium. They have TikTok. So they don't have YouTube. So I don't know if someone made a mistake or they didn't know how to take the logo off. I'm not sure. But let's just go ahead and look at YouTube ourselves. Whoops. Days crypto pre-sale. Days network. All right. So this was 5 hours ago. So Crypto Profit posted this 5 hours ago. This is talking about Daisy. Yeah, all this is talking about Daisy. Days network. Yeah, we get the same results. So we just have one video that is talking about this. Some of the YouTube search results, it's pretty wild how, I'm searching Days network pre-sale. So because of these terms, it knows this is crypto. But yet, it's showing Ticketmaster and then, it's showing pre-sale stuff, but it has nothing to do with Nothing to do with days. Hey, thanks, Luis. Have a good day, and share back what you find. That'll be good to add to our conversation today. If you don't know, so we were talking about Red Floki CEO the last couple days in Discord. A lot of conversations happening there, and there's another project that's coming up. Pretty solid team. Called Perio, and so we're gonna have a thread in Discord that you can follow there as well. So be sure to look for that. You can actually go to the CrowdX section right now in Discord and start commenting on the Perio thread, and that way you can stay in the loop on what we got going on. All right, so we don't have a lot of videos. We just have one video about Days Network. What I find interesting though is like this is 2 digitodes. So we got digitodes coming up 2 times for some reason when we're looking at 3 times. It's interesting how the algorithms are working these days. All right, let's close some of this stuff. Let's go back here. Let's go back. Now we're going to check out Telegram. I'm going to go straight to the official so we can get a feel for what's going on there in Telegram. All right, so with 9,100 members, we're going to join the group here. And so there's no CAPTCHA. So anyone can just join the group. No CAPTCHA. All right, no portal, nothing like that. So it's just a direct link to join. Let's check out the pinned messages. 15 pinned messages. Let's scroll all the way up to the top to see, what we got here. April 10th was the first pinned message. April 10th is the first pinned message. Let's keep scrolling to see what we find. March 30th is the first message. It says, hello, Days enthusiasts. Hold on to your hats because the future of NFT fashion is here, empowered by AI and AR, which would be augmented reality. Absolutely thrilled to announce the launch of Days, Web3's first sustainable fashion NFT cryptocurrency. And the best part, beta pre-sales right around the corner. So they're just talking about what's coming up. And so that was about, a little less than 2 weeks before the pre-sale started. So we got a lot of hey and hellos coming in here all around the same time. That was a busy day. So this started on March 30th at 10:30 at night, and then these messages started coming in the next morning, 7:36, 7:37, 7:38. I don't know how these people found, this Telegram group. I don't know how they filled it, but right now it's just a lot of just one-liners. One-worders. A lot of one-liners. No questions about anything. Right now, it's just, just the normal stuff when you first start, well, not when you first start a Telegram group. Now, here's a question. What stage is pre-sale? Okay. I don't know if his question got answered. Rose just responded with that, but I don't know if someone actually answered this question. Now that's an interesting statement. Oh, because it's spam. Okay. I started to say, he said, I've never seen a project with as many people interactive as this, and it's wonderful. And then he says, did you list our coin in Gem Finder? It's getting more traffic, could be helpful. So that's just bogus and spam. Whoops. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm just looking through Telegram right now, and there's just a lot of, there's kind of a lot of noise happening. I've only seen one question. Now, the question could have slipped past me. This guy's asking about the promo code. Okay, so this looks like a real user. Real user. He's asking about the promo code, but also he's in 35 other groups, which is nice. This guy's in 4 other groups, 7 other groups. So we got some real people in here, it looks like. That's the official Telegram group. All right, let's keep going. When is this from? April 12th? Okay, so the pre-sale just started. Oh, another round of a lot of randomness here. 1022, 2023, 24, 27, 29. All right, so I think it's safe to say that Telegram has likely got some bot activity. We didn't do the good project bit because we were able to find the top and just make our way down. But there's more highs, hellos, and random stuff than any real questions. Now there are some real people here, some people that are in a lot of different Telegram groups. That, in my opinion, does provide a little bit of legitimacy to those users. But yeah, there's not a lot of. I wouldn't say there's a lot of hype and excitement about the project currently. All right, let's look for doxed. Okay, no information about doxing. KYC is going to pull up, Assure DeFi. Okay, audit. Here's the audit from Solid Proof. Wait a second. Let me go back over here to the website. I thought, Solid Proof audit right here. There we go. One informational issue, one optimization issue. Okay, so everything is passed. Low, medium, high, critical are all passed, but one informational, one optimization. All right, let's go back to Telegram. All right, so we don't know much about the team. We just have their basic photos and LinkedIn photos. We don't know what they do, what their background is, what they've done. We don't know anything like that. Let's see if they've done any AMAs. Maybe that could provide some insights. So these are all marketing AMAs, meaning they are pitching this group for AMAs. So no AMAs yet. So it looks like they're just trying to build from a organic perspective, just networking and friends and social growth. But so there's no Okay, there's a little bit of engagement. So we got like 2 likes there, 1 like there. So I kind of feel like this Telegram has 9,100 members, but I think a lot of them are not interested in this pre-sale at all. We got 3 likes. That's probably the most liked post here in their pinned messages. 2 likes there, 2 likes there. None. So if it comes down to Telegram hype and excitement, I think it's definitely lacking. Likely botted. It'd be nice, to. There's a couple projects I've scouted that they have some good bones, but they have not been able to build a community yet, and they've been struggling pre-sale to pre-sale. They keep failing their pre-sale, but they have 0 community, and so. I kind of think that this project may fall in that category just based on the Telegram engagement. Now they've raised $100,000 in the last 2 weeks, and so I guess it's going to be a long process for them to keep raising funds because they were only a portion of the way for phase 1, I believe. Let me go back up here. They're just, and I don't know how accurate this bar is, but they're only 10% of the way. They're looking to raise $1 million in phase one, and they're only 10% of the way there. 12% technically. All right, so it sounds like they got a long road ahead. One of the things that Better Ecosystem is really good about is building hype, excitement, demand, leading into a launch, and so the flip side of this is they're running this on their website, and so that's I know a lot of projects are kind of doing that. But that there is an element of risk there, especially since we don't know who this team is. The CEO is not even on the website right now. He's only on the white paper. Why he's not here, I'm not really sure. But that's something to be mindful of. They're raising funds on their website. They have a community that's not really active. Think about this. Imagine that Telegram we were just in. They somehow raised 100,000 from this Telegram group, and so is that really the case? Is that really what happens here? I don't know. That makes me kind of curious. So let me go back to let's look at the announcement channel here. So 1,300 subscribers on the announcement channel, but the engagement's about the same. There's hardly any engagement on these posts, and so the question I have is, how have they raised 100,000 with their socials looking like that they're the state they're currently in? So maybe is that like some angel investors? Is that like private money? I'm not sure. It is labeled as a beta pre-sale. So let's go take a look to see maybe there is a maybe that's like a replacement of a private sale. No one's even searched for private. Did I spell it right? I did spell it right. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe this beta pre-sale is also kind of like a private sale where it's open to more people. I don't know. Vetter had a massive private sale, so $1 million is not a stretch for a private sale, but it looks like they definitely need help on building community, finding the right people, finding the right market. And those, again, that's my opinion on this. But I definitely feel like there's some lack of hype. Coming off of Red Floki, even though it's a meme coin, even though I thought some of the antics were questionable, they built hype and excitement, and that's a good compare and contrast. We've been in this Telegram for 20 minutes now, 30 minutes, and there's not been a single message. This person asked a question at 12:26. Where is the office based? Still haven't had an answer. Who is this person even talking to? That's cool. This is just bogus. That I don't know. Those are the same groups. So this guy's in the same groups as this guy. So you had Days, Real, and Dinoland. So I think that's strange. Oh, now we're getting weird. now we're just a minute ago it was strange. Now it's weird. So these three people who messaged at 8:59, 9:39, and 10 o'clock are all in the same three groups that I'm in. They're in more groups obviously, but they just happen to be in the exact same three groups. I find that strange. What is going on? I don't understand what's going on here. Are all these guys in the same groups? No, not all of them. Some of them are. That's definitely strange. That's not random. Oh, something is super fishy here. Something is super fishy. So we got like 4 people now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 people who are in the exact same groups, just saying something random in here. So let's go Crypto Adam. Hold on a second. Let me close this out. Let's search for Crypto Adam. And let's see what he said so far. He just said that one thing. Alright, so a few weeks back we talked about bots being in Telegram groups. And this would be one of those examples. So let's take, oh, his contact information is hidden. I can't search this guy, I don't think. Let me see. Let's close this. So it's right here. So we're just in Telegram, do a little bit of research. Yeah, so these are likely not real people. This guy may be real. Kenny. I don't know. But let's, oh, his stuff is hidden too? Let's see about this guy. Yeah, I don't know. I find that really strange. She was in Red Floki. Yeah, I don't know. When a lot of those were in the same groups, it seemed a little strange to me. Seemed a little strange. That's why sometimes I'm just digging around, sifting through different things just to see what stands up. This guy, his stuff is hidden as well. If I could just highlight his name, there we go. Yeah. I mean, none of these hidden as well. Okay. All right. So we got a couple of messages from this person. All right. So yeah, I definitely Telegram was botted for sure, and the fact that those users were in the same groups, I found that really strange. I think we ended up finding 5 confirmed, maybe 6 confirmed, in the exact same groups as each other, and they've only said one thing. No one responded to them, anything like that. So makes me really curious about where the funds were raised for the 100,000. Makes me curious if how much has been raised, and with it being on the website, that is, I do feel like because of where we're at, because we don't know the team, because of the lack of communication and Telegram, just from users, no AMAs, no doxing. They did a KYC. They did do a KYC. But having that pre-sale on the website does create a level of risk that I would just get to see some real stuff to make me feel better about the project. But that's my perspective. So what do you see? Feel free to hop over in Discord and drop some comments in the CrowdX section, sharing your thoughts on what you see about this project, what you found about this project, and we can continue the conversation there. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this session. Hope today's session was helpful. Hope you got something out of it. Every day we're learning something new, learning something different, find something new. Sometimes we look at projects and we have questions about. Sometimes we have projects that we absolutely dislike. Sometimes we have projects that there's a lot of unknown. It's all part of it. And one of the things I enjoy is, looking at these projects for the first time. Because I'm just going over my thought process. Can't make this stuff up. Here's the last person I looked at, and they're in the same groups. So like 9 people in this group who were in the same groups. Anyway, I like looking at these on the fly because I'm not trying to create a scripted, controlled walkthrough of a project. It's like, hey, let's look at this together. These are the things I find. These are the things I see. And so, but that's that. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully today's session was helpful. Hope you learned something. Hope you got some good information. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And I'm going to end it like I always do, like my mentor always said. Life can be short, so for those that you care and love, let them know you care and love them. I appreciate you guys, love you guys, care about you guys. Thank you for being a part of this awesome community and for being a part of what we're building and growing. A lot of awesome things going on behind the scenes, and things that you will definitely be excited about, as I know I am. So with that, let's go ahead and continue the conversation in Discord, and I'll see you in Discord, and I'll be back live again for our last session on this Thursday. So with that, bye for now.